So 7 years. I'm Egyptian American. I got wrapped up with a Peruvian woman, and hopping back and forth in and out the country. Trying to make the relationship work. I ignored some red flags. I was maybe 28 or 29 when I met her. I'm 35 now, and I was making great money. Hardwood flooring refinisher, Trump days. Everything was booming. And just flying back and forth. And, now we have a 3-year-old. I took care of him from the age of 2 to just a few months ago because she had so many health issues. But in terms of all the health issues, it's just, one time I was put in jail because of, I would say, a similar situation to what was going on with the Russian chick in the last
go here
with Fredo, something like
Free Fredo.
that, and then
hashtag
in a Peruvian jail, mind you, and like the cops extorted us and took, went in my safe, and there was guns involved and all this stuff, completely legal, but the queen destroyed the castle. But because my son was so young, and the police literally took the kid out of my arms. And I made things work with her throughout the court stuff because obviously, being from an old school conservative culture, we got this thing instilled in us where we gotta like keep the family together and stay married and all this shit. But I'm like, fuck, I've been doing everything.
All right, are you in the United States right now, bro? Or are you in Peru?
Huh?
Are you in the United States now, or are you in Peru?
I'm in Rochester, New York right now. She's down there, but
she's down in Peru.
I went down there last time to try to get the family together in Peru after like 9 months of me raising my son by myself in America, thinking that she changed. But from like day 2, I found that she was like on some other shit, and I actually got injured and was in a wheelchair.
Yo, look. I think we've heard enough. So we're just gonna give it to you straight.
Yeah.
She's useless. You need to find another woman, and what I would fight for is to get custody of the child and have him in the United States. The mom, she obviously put you in jail, doesn't go. And at this point, anything that you try to do with her is probably going to be an L. Once you break a piece of glass, it'll never hold water the same after that. It's always going to leak. It's over with her. So, and more than likely,
in terms of my son, like sometimes she lets me talk to him, sometimes not. Well, what do I do about that?
That's what I'm trying to say. You need to fight to get custody of your son full time, bro. Like you need to fight to get custody of him full time. And what you're going to do is you're going to argue that you make more money. You're in a more stable country. You have a better environment here. I would get your mom and your father involved in the situation so they can help you raise a child. I know that you were with them for 9 months and that was very difficult. But at the end of the day, you need to fight for primary custody of your son. And you're going to argue in the courts that you have a better environment for him to grow up in the United States versus Peru. And hell, you can use the fact that you were wrongfully arrested, you were extorted. You can use all these different parameters to argue the fact that the son is going to have a better life in the United States. Because here's the thing with the family courts 9 out of 10 times, and we learned this from having our the lawyers on, the family lawyers.
Yeah, Jenna.
The court is almost always going to go ahead and side with what's better for the kid. And if you can argue that him being in the United States is better than being in Peru for obvious reasons, right? Both economically safe from an economic standpoint, a safety standpoint, maybe the mother being crazy. You said that she has health issues. All these things can actually work in your favor that you would be a better guardian. So that's what I would do. I would get with a family lawyer, explain to them all the facts that you kind of described to us. Obviously, you can go in more detail because they're going to be handling your case. And I would fight to get primary custody of the child and then get your extended family involved in raising the child. And that's pretty much it, man, because this woman is useless.
Bro, you busted in a 304. You got caught up. Understandable, happens. But she don't want to be saved, bro. So just save your son. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. All right.
Yeah. And then, like, just one small minor question. I'm currently in process of relocating to Dubai and setting that up as my home base. Do you, with your legal experience, I know that it was in a different realm, but do you think that fighting for my son through like stating that I'm like Dubai resident versus United States resident will be better at this point, just based on how they defend men more there, or that's a whole nother ball of wax?
That's a good question. You'd have to talk to a lawyer out there in the UAE, but to become a UAE resident isn't the easiest too. You're gonna have to go and fill out paperwork and and everything else like that to become a resident.
Yeah, and
you got to get a blood test. They have a whole bunch of rules to become a resident.
Yep.
So.
Yes, appreciate you guys.
I would say this, bro. Get them in the United States first before you even think about.
Don't waste time, bro.
Don't waste time. Like get your son first, and then you could go ahead and handle, going to Dubai and all the other stuff.
Process.
Yeah, that's a whole other process.
You might get turned back.
You might get turned back. You might not have time, etc. So, yeah, bro. If you're an American citizen, I would focus on getting your son first.
You think I should file for the divorce first? Because I was advised by an international lawyer not to file and to let her file, because I'm not going to continue her visa immigration process to come here. Obviously, because she'll ruin my life here.
Now you know why she you in the first place, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, also, here's the other thing too. Yo, you need to do a DNA test,
bro. Were you a passport? Bro?
Are you sure that kid is yours?
Yo, are you a passport, bro?
Yeah, he's got the same nose. I've seen it.
Stupid.
He's got the same Egyptian hump.
Look, look. Before you even start any of this stuff, hold on. Here's the other thing too, bro. Because now that I know that this girl's of 304, you also need to go ahead and get a DNA test first. Like before you do anything, get a DNA test. Once you get that DNA test, then you can go ahead and consult with a family lawyer in your jurisdiction to figure out what the best route is. Like, we're not lawyers, so we can't give you the best advice. And every state, every territory varies wildly. And then you have a unique situation where you have a foreign national that has your son who's an American citizen in a poor country. So you're going to need to, number one, establish paternity. If you are the father, in fact, and you have that, you have that piece of paper, that's also going to help you as well. So get the DNA test so that, number one, you don't start this whole fucking circus show for no reason. And number two, it'll give you more ground and more stake in the situation to get the kid in the first place. So prove that paternity first, right? So swab him, whatever you got to do, on the side. Get the DNA test, confirm he's your kid. Once you do that, take that, go to an attorney in your jurisdiction, figure out what your options are, and fight to get your son back.
Yeah.
All right?
All right, brother.
Yep. Sorry, absolutely. Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right, man.
You got it, bro.
Talk to a legal professional and establish paternity first before you do anything. Establish the kid is yours. I don't care if he looks like you, bro. You need to establish and make sure 1,000% it's your kid.
I remember, bro.
Before you do anything.
You can't save her, just save your son.
Yeah, that's step one, bro.
Yeah.
Step one. Make sure the kid is yours.
How would one go about monetizing a knowledge base that they already have? I know you made a course earlier, if I'm not mistaken, on was it fitness? I know a lot about 3D printing and engineering and making car mods, and I was curious about how I could use that to make a course of my own, and sell that to people that would be interested in that type of subject. What tools I should use, and how I could get that put in front of people that would be interested in that type of subject.
Well, first thing, bro, is you need an audience, and for the most part, people have a lot of value to give, but have no audience to give it to. And as a result, they kind of waste time trying to figure out, okay, I have a product here. How to get an audience? The main thing you should focus on is how to market it to the audience. Where are they? Where they're going to be? Are they on social media? Is it in person? Is it at companies? Figure your target audience first. Then, once that's figured out, perfect. Then you have a map to guide you towards getting to the audience. With this new knowledge now, finding the audience, how do you get it to them is the main thing. So, for example, we do podcasts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so we can push, if we wanted to, product consistently to our audience. For you need a vehicle to get that done. It can be, for example, doing collabs like what we do sometimes with other guests, affiliate marketing, or for yourself, you can do paid advertisements. For example, Instagram, there's Facebook, there's many things you can do to put ads on for your product or your service or your course. But the main thing is finding the audience first. Then, once you find the audience, what's the vehicle to get you to the audience to get the best, I want to say, ROI on that investment?
The easiest hack is just pay for promo.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the easiest hack and the fastest one. So if you have some capital that you could deploy, paying for promo is the best way to do it, to get people aware. I mean, if you look at like all these people that these digital entrepreneurs that are selling courses, etc., guys, a lot of their money goes into like selling ads on Facebook. Like they basically do ads on Facebook, Instagram, etc., and it costs a lot of money to run ads. So, but that's how they get their shit out there.
But the good thing is, if you're in the car space, bro, with cars, there's car groups on Facebook, a lot of them. Just join those, add some value here and there. Hey guys, I also offer this as a, one of my, I want to say specialties. They offer the course. Hey man, if you're into cars, you want to mod your cars, follow this guide, this free guide. And if you want more info, here's my course.
Cool. Awesome.
All right.
Does that answer your question, bro?
Yeah. And I have one more completely unrelated. I'm just curious about the difference between a cold approach and DMing a girl on Instagram, because it feels different, if that makes sense. I don't have any issues with cold approach.
It is different.
I sit there in that MDM thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's completely different, man. I mean, we did you watch the episode that we did with Troy yesterday?
Very good one, by the way.
Or 2 days ago?
I don't think I caught that one. No.
Yeah, go back and watch that one. But and to summarize it,
what is cold approach?
to summarize it, bro. Cold approach is when you meet up, you go ahead and approach a woman that you don't know, that you've never met before, in person, and introduce yourself and basically run your game, right? Versus a DM is like you're sending her a direct message on Instagram.
So with Instagram, right, this is very important. When you send a girl a DM, she doesn't care what you have to say. It's more of who you are. So the page itself will determine if she responds to you or she won't. So you have to do the work up front for the page. Then when you send a DM, I can say, yo, come to Miami. I can say, hi, LOL. It doesn't really matter. Once I'm that person, they're going to respond. That's the key with Instagram DMing.
Look at Fresh.
Huh?
I said, look at you, man.
Hey, man, I'm a master, bro.
Yeah, you are.
All right. Does that answer your question, bro?
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem, man.